This is me in my early 20s. Every day I showed up to a straightforward and undemanding job. I was told what to do by my bosses, and independent creativity was rarely necessary. I did what was required of me, and I collected paychecks. This went on for years. My life was stable, and my life was seemingly secure. Then, one day, I came to work, and out of the blue I was told I was being replaced by somebody younger and cheaper. My comfortable bubble was broken. My illusion of security was shattered. What I wish I would have known at the time is the lesson contained in Seth Godin's book, Linchpin. I needed to learn how to become indispensable. When you are told what to do, when you display no creativity, when you take no initiative, you are a cog. You become a cog in a massive, uncaring machine. See, there are unlimited people out there who are willing to become cogs, because there are no special requirements to being a cog. You are a warm body, and you are supremely replaceable. The world is rapidly becoming more competitive. From globalization to the rise of artificial intelligence, there has never been a worse time to be a cog. And the future for a cog is even more bleak. Thankfully, Godin presents the way forward. We must become a linchpin. A linchpin is unique and remarkable. They stand out in a crowd because they're not afraid to express themselves. They are someone who is more human and more connected. They thrive on establishing genuine relationships with people. They are mature, passionate, and energetic. A linchpin sees the world for how it really is, not how they hope it is. A linchpin designs their own future, but when things don't go according to plan, they are flexible and non-attached to a particular outcome. Unlike cogs, linchpins don't sell themselves short. They know they add value to the world. Linchpins are leaders. They are willing to put themselves on the line by challenging the status quo or rocking the boat if necessary. In a meeting at work, they speak up when they have a great new idea, and they're willing to take responsibility for that idea. Now, the most important role of a linchpin is being an artist. A linchpin must create art. They are artists not just in the practice of their skill, but the bravery and insight of their creation. They are artists willing to take risks. They are willing to do something nobody has done before. Their art is creative, passionate, and personal. Because they pour themselves into their craft, their art is emotional labor. What separates artists from the masses of cogs is a willingness to do this emotional labor. This labor is the most important aspect of their art, and it's also why the definition of a linchpin artist is very broad. Emotional labor is the waiter who is willing to bring joy and delight even to an angry and disgruntled customer. Most people don't think of it as art, but the ability to create memorable, charismatic, and genuine interactions with people is a form of art. Now, linchpins don't create art for the money. They create art for the love of giving gifts to the world. When money is the purpose, it saps art of its power. The real power of art is the ability to change people. Linchpins change the world through brave works of art that call others to action. Their art begets more art. The receiver of their art is motivated and energized to create their own art, and the gift chain keeps going. Linchpins are creating an economy based upon giving gifts that lead to even more gifts and creating connection that leads to even more connection. Creating art is about overcoming fear and resistance. Godin calls this resistance the lizard brain. This is the part of our brain that tries to keep us from becoming what we know we need to become. The lizard brain loves the safety and security of the status quo. The lizard brain doesn't want us to rock the boat. It doesn't want us to jeopardize our social standing by sharing ideas or creating art which makes us vulnerable to criticism. What the lizard brain doesn't know is that not taking risks is the biggest risk of all. The lizard part of our brain is outdated for the competitive world that now demands we stand out. Unwillingness to express ourselves and become more than a cog will be our downfall in this new world. We must overcome our fear of creating art. We must not only create it, we must also ship it. We must finish it and release it into the world. Art is a gift, and a gift must be received. Now, fighting resistance isn't comfortable, but if you're going to create art and stand out, you must be willing to be uncomfortable. Linchpins love being uncomfortable. They seek out uncomfortable situations because they know that is where the lizard brain has no power. The lizard brain thrives on comfort and familiarity. You must break out of your comfort zone and head out into the unknown if you want to beat the lizard. While unfortunately we have this lizard part of our brain, we also have access to its mortal enemy. We have what Godin calls the daemon. This is also sometimes referred to as the inner genius or the muse. This muse connects us with infinite creativity. The muse wants us to become more than a cog. But we only gain access when we constantly cultivate this inner relationship. We must show up every day, fight resistance, and do emotional labor in order to connect with our inner genius. And this genius in turn will reward us with creative superpowers. Society now rewards those who are willing to stand out, give gifts, and create connections. You have a linchpin inside of you, and now is the time to unleash it.